The host.
No, well.
I'm not the one being interviewed.
All right.
Hi, everybody. This is Daniel, and this is Charlotte, and we're here to interview Charlotte today.
No, we're going to interview
Come
Pastor
on.
Daniel today. He has celebrated yesterday, actually, his 11th anniversary. Daniworkery here at NHF, and we thought that was quite a great accomplishment because 11 years is really a long time. So we wanted to ask him some questions, and if you have questions, go for it. Hey, I didn't turn off my volume. All right, if you have questions, you can message too. So
Yeah, that audio
maybe I'll
sounded
ask.
good.
It did. Okay, first we're going to start with some of Pastor Daniel's favorite memories since he's been here at NHF, pretty much on staff. I think there might be one or two that weren't, but dating way back to 2010. So the first picture, if you could explain.
Pictures.
Yeah, if you could tell us what this first one is, that would be awesome.
Yeah, go ahead and pull up that picture. Yeah, so this is a picture of RPM way back in the day. This was the Revolutionary People Movement?
I think so. I don't remember what it stood for.
There were a lot of great people in there. And so this was our first young adult group.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. We had some very loud music and crazy stuff happening. I think I'm leading worship from bass in this picture.
Yeah.
And this was one of my
RPM was spray painted on cones. I don't know why I remember that part.
Yeah.
Cones all over the place.
We had RPM on cones. So that was a lot of fun. We had a good group. Man.
Such a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay, now tell us about this next one because I remember this, but it.
Oh yeah. So
it's
this is
so funny.
The picture of Pastor Dave.
Yeah.
All right. So this picture, we were doing a going away party for Pastor Dave, and this was his last night here, and so I shaved my head to match his hairline.
So partially, you shaved your head partially.
I partially shaved my head, and I got to say, I looked so much like him that when I walked past a mirror, I would do double takes. His daughter Abigail, who helped at Mega Sports Camp last week, shout out Abigail, she was doing double takes when she'd see me because she thought I was him.
And at the old building, there were kind of a lot of mirrors.
There were a lot of
So
mirrors.
I can imagine that you just tripped yourself out the whole time.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay. That's just a great picture. I love it. Okay, and the next one is youth camp.
Yeah, so this was probably youth camp. My guess is 2009, 2010.
Okay.
And it's just a great picture. I've been to, goodness, I think I'm up to about 30 weeks of youth camp, even though I'm only 31 years old.
Wow.
Because there were several years I went multiple weeks, and then I went as a 7-month-old in utero baby before I was even born, and so youth camp has always been something that I've loved to be a part of. I was the game guy a couple years, and that is probably one of my greatest achievements. I've left a legacy, a bit of a legend there.
That's nice. I love this picture because it's you and Rebecca and Pastor Dan and Pastor Nora, and that's definitely a throwback to your whole family. So.
Yeah, that was fun.
Okay, so the next one, explain the cowboy. What's the cowboy?
I think I'm not going to explain it because I think no explanation is just let their minds wander.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. The next one, three-legged race. I know where this one's from.
Oh yeah. So this was the three-legged race at one of our picnics, and I love that I was on the team with Jesse. I'm sure we won. I don't remember. But Jesse and I have spent a lot of time ministering side by side, and we did the house together in Hillsboro when I first came on staff, and he was my drummer for a long time, and so it's a fun picture.
Yeah.
He's also my brother-in-law, so there's that too.
There's that too. All right, now tell us about this one. This is from the watering hole.
Oh yeah.
Tell us what the watering hole is.
So, and just so you know, we can't see the pictures, so we assume they're changing. We kind of can after a little bit. Shout out to Henry Hofarth for helping with the stream today. But so this was our young adult group. We had this group for, goodness, I think 7 years, roughly.
Yeah, because we went through quite a bit of generations.
Yeah,
of
yeah. We had
students and young adults.
like 3 different generations of a group. It would grow, and we'd hit 10 to 15. This specific generation, we were up in the 20s for a while, and it was really cool. We'd meet at my parents' house, and then when Rachel and I got married and we had our own house, we'd meet there, and it was a lot of fun.
Cram on in.
So, yeah, so that was the watering hole in our young adult ministry. Something I really love that age group. It's such a weird time of life, a weird stage of life, but such a fun one and so impactful.
I was at the watering hole before I went to the hospital to have my baby.
Yes,
that night. That night. We didn't want to go home because we didn't want the dog to see us again. It was a disaster. But yes,
I remember praying.
We left the watering hole to go have a baby.
We were like going. I think did you
that
get
was
food?
our transition.
And then,
oh yeah, totally.
Yeah,
totally went quick trip and got like taquitos. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But because I knew I wasn't going to be eating for hours, so we left the watering hole, and that was kind of we came back, but that was our age out stage.
You stage out. Yeah, you stage out. You don't age out of your adult. You stage out.
Okay, next, the Grinch. This is a
more recent picture.
Yeah.
And a lot of you remember the Grinch, but what I think really what this signifies to me is every few years I get a wild hair and I want to do a big Christmas production. I will say that there was one year I was really burned because we spent so much time and we were doing Inside Out, and it was such an incredible production. And I don't know if you remember.
I do.
But it was basically snowed out.
Yeah.
We didn't get to have the crowd that we would have because we had bad weather that day.
Right.
And I watched the promo for that, and I was so sad because
too bad we didn't
so
have
good.
live then.
Yeah,
that would have been
at least
amazing.
not at the level we do now.
Right.
And we tried to record it, but it's just not the same.
Yeah.
And so that was such. It's not as good as it is now.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Okay, so we're
And then we'll skip the last picture until later.
Yeah, we'll do that one last. Okay, so we have some questions. Clearly, this is an interview. Okay.
Yep.
First of all, introduce yourself and tell us, well, we know your name, but what you do at New Hope Fellowship. What do you do?
Okay. All right. Well, hi, everybody. I'm Daniel. I like long walks on the beach. Now, I am in charge, for a long time I was in charge of the media and the music, and I still hold those responsibilities. A lot of the communications that go out from, should I look at this camera now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right,
roughly.
Cool. Hey guys. A lot of the communications that go out from the church go through my office, along with Charlotte, who's assisting and doing a lot of that. And this is like her 11-day work anniversary.
Roughly.
More like, I don't know. But anyway, it's good to have her on the team. And so the media, and then obviously my most visible role is Sunday mornings, where I lead worship, and been doing that since I've been on staff. And then in February, I assumed the role of youth director.
Okay.
And thanks, Henry, he's clapping. And I didn't know what that would look like. It was not expected, and but it was very reminiscent of my early days at New Hope Fellowship. Mm-hmm. If you read Heart of the Pastor this week, you'll see that when I came on staff, it was because I felt like there needed to be a youth ministry in Hillsboro. Yeah. And so with Pastor John leaving now in February, I wanted to make sure that our students were cared for and pastored well. And so that's probably what's taking up the lion's share of my time now.
Yeah.
Is youth ministry. I'm also attending, not really helping, but the young adult ministry that is at the Kent's house. I will be subbing in and leading that this Wednesday. But yeah, well, there you go. And then I also help with sermon planning and research for Pastor Dan. I am on the sermon team that preaches, and I've been preaching probably about once every other month. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, every 6 weeks or so.
Yeah, and and so that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Been busy.
Yes.
Been busy.
Yes.
Super busy.
Yes.
So, but yeah, those are the things I do. I also help with the food program, and also I'm on Facebook a lot with the community and the forums. And so if you're watching from one of the forums, hey.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that. You're gonna do young adult this Wednesday. Where will that be?
Oh yeah, so that'll be at my parents' house.
Okay. So if you have questions, just
message
we'll
us
give
on
you
Facebook.
we'll give you the information.
Yeah.
That just reminded me. So there you
Yeah.
go. PSA.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have been at NHF for 11 years. So you've done music ministry for 11 years. Youth is new. How long have you been doing the media?
Well, I just kind of got interested into that.
Yeah.
Like I had the most skill, I guess, of the people on staff, and it was necessary at that time. And and so I don't know. And the cool thing, I think, like the worship team for a long time, I had the same team. With your dad and Mary. We didn't see a whole lot of transition there. And
right.
I mean, still Mary's part of the team, and your dad would be, and Caleb and Daniel, and seeing Daniel and Sharon, who came up. Sorry, I'm going off track here, but seeing Daniel and Sharon, who came up in the church and are now part of the worship team, and Daniel's going to go away and do ministry. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But as far as media, because so much of it happens on Sunday mornings, it's almost entirely been, at least the capturing of the footage and photos, the sound stuff, all of that, it's been almost entirely volunteer based.
Yeah.
And so that's been really cool. But I don't know when.
Just kind of fell into it.
Yeah, I think I bought my first camera in 2012. So we'll say 2012.
So 11 years, 11 cameras later.
Well,
we're gonna say 11.
Yeah, we'll stick
I know
with
there's
11.
Fewer. Let's not
I mean, we
talk
have
about
4
memory cards.
Oh man, we have 4 cameras in this room.
Yeah. We'll
least.
say 11.
Yeah, one in the same.
All right. So, real questions.
Real questions.
What has been your biggest wins, or what do you consider your biggest?
Yeah. So I'm going to divide it into 2 categories.
Okay.
Professionally and personally. Not so much like both, I would say, are associated with the church. Like, but there have been. So professionally, I think some of my biggest wins have been honestly the Christmas programs. Even though I don't like Christmas for reasons that we'll have to have coffee to explain because it'll take a while. But we've had some really cool productions. The When Jesus Was Born, when we had the kids interview, Pieces Come, when we talked about the Peace Child, and Jim Neville read the story that I basically wrote based off on a book. That was really cool. So those are some of my fondest memories. I think personally, there are several people that I've seen come into our church and either haven't had a walk with the Lord, or they were a new Christian and they needed to be discipled, and now they are in positions of leadership and ministry, not just at our church, but around Missouri and even further. And I could name some names, but I won't. But that's really cool. That's what I like seeing. I like seeing growth in people, as people, but also as Christians.
Right.
So, those would be my biggest wins.
Okay. All right. What do you enjoy doing when you're not working?
Well, hanging out with
when you're not working.
Yeah, goodness. Between youth camp, mega sports camp, and student stuff.
Summer's busy.
Summer has been very busy. I think I counted this week, and I'll be at about 65 hours this week, and it's a light week.
Yeah.
And so, and our whole staff puts in hours.
Right.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm like at half the hours of a couple people on staff, and so. But when I'm not working, I like hanging out with my family. I've got, obviously, you can put that picture up of the family. Obviously, my wife Rachel, and then daughters Rosalie and Florence. They're a lot of fun, and I like hanging out with them. And then when they go to bed, Rachel and I like to play video games together.
I was hoping that would come up.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I mean,
Video games.
It's a huge part of our life.
Yeah.
We've met multiple friends playing video games. We played with one last night. That we met him about a year ago, and I mean we're hanging out 5 nights a week. So of course we're pretty close at this point. And the other one we've been playing with for over 3 years, and we had a vacation scheduled, but COVID happened, and so. But yeah, it's very cool. We love playing. More now, we like playing because we like hanging out with our friends.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you found someone who likes to play video games too.
yeah, it's nice.
Okay. What are some decisions you wish you would have made differently?
Oh, with the big questions.
Yes.
Well, first of all, probably most prominently, and this was before I came on staff. I checked with some people last night because I told you to ask me this question, and but I definitely should not have thrown Raed when his arm was broken. I should not have done that. I was old enough to know. I think either 19 or 20, so I shouldn't have thrown Raed and broken his arm. Sorry, Raed.
When was that?
It was, I think it was 09, the summer of 09.
Okay. Because I know Raed getting hurt was something that happened kind of often.
Well, but this was very specific. He flew over my head, basically. Yeah. He could have. I think another decision I made that some people who were there that Sunday night will remember was when I chose to sing "I Will Call Upon the Lord," and I had not really practiced it. You know, I will call upon the... And so I get like 3 measures into it, and something was happening. I think I had the wrong key, and I don't know if Mary was on piano or if Jim was that night, but I just look over and I go, nope, and went to the next song, like audibly said, nope, and went to the next song. So I probably wouldn't have done that, and I'm sure I've made other decisions. I mean, I've learned a lot in 11 years, and definitely some things that I did that I like talking to students who are now basically my age, because I was only 3 years older than them or 5 years older than them. I'm like, did I really say that? Did I really do that? And nothing was like sinful or bad, but I just wouldn't do that now.
The maturity level was quite different.
It was quite different. And so I was older brother then. Now I'm like cool uncle now with the students, maybe. I don't know. For some of them, I was as old as their parents.
Okay.
I'm uncle, maybe not cool uncle. Henry's giving me a look.
That's got 20 years on you.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe 30.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. What is currently, because I know this changes, it changes for a lot of people. What is your favorite scripture?
Oh. It's been one of 3 for a long time, just kind of depends on the day. I like Romans 8:38 and 39, you know, that nothing separates us from God's love. I really like Hebrews 4:15 and 16 that says we don't have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, talking about Jesus, but we have one who's been tempted in every way and yet was without sin. I really like that one. Therefore, let us approach the throne of grace with confidence. I really like that one. But I think the one that has always stuck out, and is just such a weird one, but it's in Acts chapter 4. And 4:12 says, salvation is found in no one else, for there is no other name under heaven given to men by which we must be saved. But and that's, you know, a Bible quiz question. But one of my favorites is Acts 4:13, and it says, when they, the Sanhedrin, saw the courage of Peter and John, they took note and realized that they had been with Jesus. And I just love that, like that thought, like because of the time that we spend with Jesus, we can make people take note of our courage, of how we speak, and so I don't know, one of those 3.
Okay.
Just depending on the day.
Nice. Sure. I mean, I said one, but Okay.
Yeah, and really, I mean, I quoted like 6 verses.
How can you just pick one? There's
Yeah,
so many.
yeah.
Okay. Do you have a current favorite song? Worship song, but do you have a current favorite? Or one that you've been listening to a lot lately?
I still like Nothing Else, the song by Cody Carnes. One I've listened to several times lately, it's a newer song, is Talking to Jesus by Brandon Lake and Stephen Furtick, moving into that parent role.
Yeah. I actually heard that for the first time the other day. I saw it on TikTok. I was scrolling through, and I was like, oh my gosh, and I immediately, because TikTok's like a minute, so I immediately went to iTunes and I looked for it, and I was just like, oh, just... Yeah.
It's a good song.
It's a good one.
And so, I don't believe that's a worship song.
Yeah.
That's a country song that has Christian values.
Yeah.
And, but I still like it. That's one of my favorites.
That's a good one. Okay. I think, actually, that's all the questions I have.
Nice.
Sweet. Okay, so, recap-ish. We interview Pastor Daniel. We are actually really excited that he has what he's doing with our youth group, and I know they love him too. So thanks for talking with us, and thanks for letting us know just what's been going on the last 11 years. So all right. If you guys have any questions for him, feel free to comment, even if this is a replay, and we'll try and get you some answers.
All right.
Well, have a good one, guys.
See you.